We are live.
We are not live.
Not live yet. I told them before that it's in the past or the future. So we're still waiting to show up here. I don't know. I guess we can't do anything until we see ourselves doing what we were doing 15 or 20 seconds in the past. So it's we're just going to sit here and stare at this. Ah, there you go. Yeah, so make sure to turn that volume down.
So here we go. Hey, Amy Tomlinson, how are you tonight?
All right.
Diana Hughes, you're going to miss your little brother tonight. He's jumped out on us. There's Johnny Rose, too. Hey, there's Belinda and Kevin Stevens.
That's still me.
Seth Tilly. Well, there's my girlfriend, Twyla Maupin Bennett. So, Seth had some exciting things happen today, or Laura did. She was at Paul's Discount, and she looked around, and there's a big black bear standing there. She took a picture of a black bear at Paul's Discount this morning.
Really?
Yeah. They must be on the move because they were at Haney's, too. Somebody took a picture of one at Haney's this morning, too.
Big black bear, huh?
Yep. Big old black bear. Jamie Foster. Susie Ping-Burton.
They're staggering it. How do you see all these? I can't see any.
Well,
I see you.
Well, you're still a rookie. See, this is just your second episode, so you gotta hang in there a little bit before you.
Man, how long before I get to be?
With your skill, it could be a while.
Better pack a lunch because you're going to be a while. Is that it?
Pack a lunch, yeah.
Pack a lunch.
Yeah.
I just want to be like you when I grow up or grow out.
Well, you're pretty well growed out now, but yeah. Hey, if everybody noticed, the chairs didn't make it after Brother Dunbar and Kevin got in them last week, so now we got the heavy. Oh, that one popped, so you've already got that one.
That microphone picks up stuff it probably shouldn't pick up, but yeah, these are nice.
Very nice.
I think that was actually the floor. It wasn't the. I don't know what's worse.
One gives in.
One give in, and one's going to give out.
But we are safe. We're much safer in these chairs tonight.
Yeah.
Give it just another minute.
Hope you all are doing well. All this nice, warm weather. Go out there and have a good time.
The good thing is, you can worry about rain, but it never rains. The way the forecast goes this week.
Yeah.
Every day we're supposed to have this weather, and I've quite enjoyed it being dry.
The only time it rains is when I get outside to start measuring for a deck or a fence or something. Then it'll pour, and then as soon as I'm done, get back in the truck, then it'll stop raining again.
It messes your hair up too, don't it?
Well, hey, I got a haircut, buddy.
You did, didn't you?
I got a haircut this week. Yeah.
Which one? All of them, or just
all of them?
All of them.
All of them, and they did it. I think they got a little short in the back here because it was looking a little.
I don't think that's got anything to do with the haircut. I think it's the lack of
hair. It's the haircut.
It's the lack of hair.
Yeah, He got a little close on the trimming there, I think is what happened.
Hello, Diana Hughes. Your brother, you're going to miss your brother tonight. He's not going to be on here. You're going to have to deal with Kevin over here and me. So we'll get started. We're probably not going to be real long tonight, just kind of give you some information. Some of it you may already know or probably already know, but this after we get done here tonight, Kevin's Sunday school lesson will be posted to their Facebook page and to YouTube, so you can watch that at your convenience after we get done here. So it'll probably be about 45 minutes or an hour. It'll be up and you can watch, and Kevin did a good job tonight. He just done the lesson, actually.
So he says, I'm up here teaching, and he is asleep in the front row over there, off to the side.
Your voice just,
It soothes you?
Yeah, I guess that's what it was. But also, just a reminder for Sunday morning. Sunday morning at 10:30, we'll be having our face-to-face service like we have been. Kind of the same guidelines are in place. You'll be able to come in the front door or the front side door and come in and get your temperature taken by Manya or Amy Tomlinson. And there's a couple ladies there writing down the information, and then Kevin and his crew will help you find the seat that you want to sit in. And we're we're trying to live inside the guidelines, and they're different for sure, and kind of taxing on the mind. But as your governor says, we'll get through this.
One way or the other.
We'll get through this one way or the other.
Remember that if you want to come, but maybe you don't want to come inside, we're still doing the radio, right?
Yep, 99.1.
99.1 out in the parking lot. So you can come and tune in your radio and listen out there, or you can do live stream.
Yep, and some had a problem, I think, last week with the radio. I think maybe the radio station might have been mixed up, which channel it was possibly. So we got 2 yard signs that'll be out on the side of the building in the big parking lot that says tune in to 99.1. So if you forget or get confused, those signs will be able to.
Were they picking up something other than
I'm not
Pastor?
sure. I never heard. They said, all I heard is some could not get to him. We have a comment on here. David was taking my dad's place for nap time. That was Jamie Foster.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, when we get here on Sunday, just we'll try to keep it as normal as possible, if there is a normal. I don't want to say the new normal because it's not the new normal. The normal will be the normal when it gets here. We're tolerating and living through this to get to the next place. Seems like things are getting better. Some of the reports that I heard, I've heard the sun slows this thing down or kills it, or heat or something like that. And it just all depends who you listen to. You get one report one place and one report another, so you just we're trying to feel our way through it and be as proactive as we can be with that. So also the giving, you guys know that's my specialty is talking about the giving. Gary holds his hand over his heart when I say that. Like
all right, so last week,
okay.
Last week I was sitting over there, so I had to do the giving thing.
And you was a rookie. It's your first time.
So apparently I messed it up. So I want to see how the master does this.
Okay, here we go.
Don't pull a muscle.
Don't pull a muscle. So you can go to our website at heritagehopecog.org, and you can go to the tab that says giving, find the place that you want to give or what you want to give to, and also you can come to the church with the kiosk from 4 o'clock till 7 o'clock, Tuesday through Sunday. And there's a cash box out here as well that you can put checks in or cash. There's envelopes there. You can write what you want that money to go to. And you can use the trusty old mail service. Yeah. P.O. Box 731, Somerset, Kentucky. And I think all of those avenues have been used through this. It's pretty interesting. We've talked about this in the past, but we reacted fairly well to what happened to get to where we were already headed there, and we kind of procrastinated trying to get all of the cameras set up and the things that we needed, and this forced us out of our procrastination and to get it done. So we've been able to reach a lot of people. There's been a lot of people watch on Facebook that normally wouldn't have got to hear the gospel. So it's kind of like Tim Hill said, our general overseer, that on that first Sunday morning that there would be more people listen to the gospel at one time than ever in history. So it was pretty interesting. There's a lot of people, some of my neighbors that actually watched that normally wouldn't watch. So it was pretty neat. I know you got something to say. You always have something to say. So
me something to say. Well, let's see. Well, we're don't forget that the children's church, Amy and Nick and the kids always do a wonderful job preparing for that. So make sure that if you have children that are in children's church age or older, make sure that they tune in on YouTube to watch the videos that are prepared for them, or they can go on Facebook and watch them there. They're very interesting. I enjoy watching them.
Yeah, you said kids. I watch them every Sunday morning before I come, so it's And kind of a great big kid.
Just a great big bowl of cereal
Yeah.
in your PJs and your beanbag chair,
Well,
watching the children's church.
if I got in a beanbag chair, I'd never get out, so I won't dispute the big bowl of cereal, though.
So make sure, though, to tune in with that. And then, of course, our Wednesday nights and Sunday nights are live streamed and recorded. So if you don't catch it on Wednesday night or on Sunday night, please visit it later on and watch. So this Sunday we'll have the face-to-face service, obviously, and all the different venues we're doing with that. But Sunday night this week I'll be teaching via live stream on Sunday evening. So
Yeah, and the question was asked, when will we add more face-to-face services? And I think that'll be, whatever the guidelines lead us to. I think that we're going to try to follow those to the best of our ability in talking to Brother Dunbar. So we don't have the answer for that, when we will do a Sunday night. I feel like Wednesday will be the last thing that comes live because of the small classroom settings and things that where you have to be closer. So the 6 foot spacing is big. People are getting out and moving around. Somebody asked, did you guys get a haircut? You're not going to believe this, Mason, but we got every one of them cut. Look here. Mine doesn't look as good as Kevin's, but mine doesn't have a bald spot in the back, though. So he says it was a barber. I don't know.
a little close on the turf there.
A little close on the turf, yeah. So, but things are opening up. People are starting to be able to get out, and I went for lunch today and actually sat at a restaurant, which was pretty interesting. I sat outside. They had their tables outside, so it was pretty nice for the mind, just to.
Were they like, would you sit outside? Oh, because of COVID? No. Just would you mind sitting outside?
Nothing
That's
like
usually what I get.
Nothing like a good smart aleck. My poor truck, it looks like the restaurant floor because I eat lunch in my truck every day. So, it's kind of refreshing to be able to.
I'll tell you what, I never realized how much money I spent on eating out. It was flabbergasting until COVID-19 hit. I was like, I didn't realize how much money went to fast food and everything else.
Yeah.
So I'm not stopping. I just didn't realize it.
That wasn't. Yeah, I understand.
I'm not quitting.
It was a pause. It was a lesson, but nothing really learned.
Right.
Other than you spent less money.
Right.
Yeah. So has any of you guys listening have any questions regarding the topics that we've mentioned? We're still in the pattern of 6 foot distancing, and our playgrounds are closed. Our pavilion is closed. If you come for service, you won't be able to enjoy those. You'll just have to wait for a little while. I expect when we get fully released back that knowing this bunch, we're probably going to have a really big cookout.
Yes.
And celebrate with everybody. Gary's up there. I think Gary.
The man upstairs is waving his hands. Yeah.
Did he pass out? Gary's getting excited about that. How about any of you guys? You guys looking forward to fellowshipping again with food? And
I'll tell you what, before this whole thing happened, it happened the week before our fellowship. We call it men's fellowship, but just fellowship really, on the first Monday night of each month. And we were planning on doing a fish fry, and so I know I was talking to Jeff several weeks ago about it, and he said, I still got that fish. I said, we'll do it. And that's when the pastor said, you know what, when this whole thing breaks loose, the first Sunday we can be back, we're going to have a blowout. So I'd like to see it, a wonderful Sunday morning service and dinner on the ground and youth pavilion and do a barbecue and fish fry, and we'll have it all. We're going to do it all. So
I'd rather not eat my dinner on the ground, though.
No.
Just, you said dinner on the ground.
I think that's wasn't it like an old Southern saying?
Well, I'm not that old, so I guess you're.
You are actually, but that's. You used to tell me about how when you were growing up, didn't you have to go out and get wood for the stove?
Wood for the stove. Not me.
No, that wasn't you?
Never me.
Where were you? I thought you was telling me something about that.
I'm a city kid.
About how tough it was growing up.
Well, it was tough, but me and my sister, we only had one pair of shoes between us. And
Yeah, that's the one right there.
Yeah. Well, you know
I mean, I know what you're talking about. When I was a kid growing up, one time when I was like 10 or 11, our central heating system, the thermostat got stuck. That was tough.
That was, you just about didn't pull through.
Well,
did
that
you?
guy didn't show up for 3 hours to fix it. That was rough. So I cannot relate to a lot of pastor and the rest of these ones that talk about having to pack wood into the house and like this. I don't know. I don't get all that, but
Yeah. It was tough. Now, Gary can tell you some real stories because he's a lot older.
yeah.
You know, Gary's much
How
older.
old are you, Gary? Ain't that old. I bet you ain't much more than 5 or 6 years older than me.
Gary's
53?
talking to us
Okay.
now, so we're
Gary's 53.
We're thinking
so
about
6 years.
we need to make this a 3-seat deal.
I think so.
Yeah.
Amy asked a question. I can't see the questions on
Question
mine.
is, what's your favorite scripture or verse of all? Only one.
Mine is the 121st Psalm. I will lift up mine eyes unto the Lord, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. That is my favorite. It was my dad's favorite, and that was the one that was drilled into me from a very young age, right there. And believe it or not, it's actually a traveler's verse, because it talks about keeping us in our going out and our coming in, preserving our going out and our coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. And but that is mine. Do you have a favorite?
I do. John 3:16 has always been mine.
Yeah.
It is it's the staple. It's the staple that holds. My grandpa, I'd listen to him. I never listened to him live, but on tape and things, and that was his focus was the gospel to have people saved, and he preached that continually. My dad, he preached a lot from that verse, but my dad was more, don't get me wrong, he was about getting people saved and preaching the gospel from that standpoint, but he's kind of like you, Kevin. He had the heart of a teacher.
Yeah. And
he would teach deeper than just the service, but we're so blessed to be able to have a Savior that gave all, because sometimes, in the season we're in, it seems you and I feel, or I feel, maybe not you, but it feels lighter right now. It's starting to feel a little bit breaking loose, and you're getting to move around. But there's people still out there right now that are still in a bad way.
Well, it's interesting that Amy asked that question about it, because if you watch, please watch the Sunday school lesson. We're talking about Pentecost at this lesson, and it's sort of the sandwich between, because this Sunday is Pentecost Sunday. But we are beginning a new 13-lesson series for our summer session, and the first 7 lessons is talking about the necessity of the Bible, of Scripture. And I think so often as Christians, we listen to our Christian radio station. Maybe we have favorite speakers we like to listen to on the radio, evangelist or whoever, and we neglect the Word. There are verses that we like to read, or we have, maybe you have an app that pops up a verse of the day that you like to read and share, and that's good. But just the reading of the Word, going through it line by line, as the writer said, precept by precept, here a little, there a little. That's how we learn. And there are some parts of the Bible that, I'll be honest with you, they are boring. They are boring to read when you're talking about the begats and things like this, but in those is a necessity. It wouldn't be there if it wasn't necessary. God wouldn't put it in there otherwise. So, yeah, my favorite verse happens to be 121st Psalm, but you know what? Many times my favorite verse for that day may change depending on the circumstance that I'm in at the moment.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be talking about that in our next lessons, is about the necessity of the Bible.
Right. And I have a terrible time with retainage, of remembering. Not water retainage or food retainage.
Yeah,
so quit looking over your glasses. As far as remembering, I just don't. I can't. I don't. It's not just the Bible. It's just everything. It's always been that way. But what I've learned is, if you put it in, it'll come out.
Yeah.
When the need is. Like you said, today might not be the verse, your favorite verse tomorrow is because of your situation. And I think that an old preacher when I was a kid, he said it was like Prego. It's in there. If you put it in there, it's in there.
That's it.
You know, the old spaghetti commercial, the sauce commercial, but, hold on a minute, I lost my.
Lost your Facebook. So you get, for some reason, you get a lot more on there. I will, Lisa Tilley's watching. By the way, so something that many of you may not have noticed, because when you come in, we're confined into just the sanctuary area here. But Jeff and Benita Stringer and Lisa Tilley and Deb Pruitt came in and painted several areas of the church.
Yeah.
So fellowship hall area, kitchen area, man, they did a job. They absolutely did a job. So, guess who's here? Pastor's here. So you may not be able to see him off camera, but he's over there. But they did a wonderful job painting and so forth. Some of them, Lisa Tilley, it was their first time ever painting.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but, that's another thing too. When things get back to normal, so to speak, and we're able to open it up, I think you're going to see some changes around here that you're going to like a lot.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've noticed or not, but if you look at the lighting in here, all except the three on that side and the three on this side, we're waiting on another lift. The church is going totally LED. All of the lighting in the church, all of these.
You don't have to spell it for me.
Well, you're from out west, so we just got to do it that way.
Is that why my low spot looks so much more shiny now?
Everything goes. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. We never thought about that, but Seth Tilley and a couple guys from Cumberland Machinery have been over here for the last few days and changed them out. We're about, I'd say we're halfway done, maybe 2/3.
Now, did they get up on a scaffold, standing on top of a ladder, a rickety ladder, and get pushed around doing this?
No. We actually had lifts that we were supposed to have.
Well, what's the fun in that?
Well, I wasn't here, so I'm it's not very fun. But changing those from a scaffold, I have done, so that is not fun.
No.
But we appreciate them guys doing that. When we get all done, the lighting, you can see how clean the lighting looks. Yeah. You can't tell it from the camera, but on Sunday morning, when you come in, you'll be able to notice we have 6 of them that we couldn't reach with the lift that we had, but we should have one sometime next week, and you can tell the difference. They're kind of yellow ones on the far ends. So,
yeah.
Some things are happening behind the scenes. As usual, there's people doing stuff that nobody doesn't really recognize, but they need recognition.
Absolutely.
The folks that Deb's been cleaning. I mean, she's doing an outstanding job keeping everything wiped down and keeping sanitized. And Brother Dunbar's watching. How are you, Brother Dunbar?
Lisa Tiller's watching a second time.
Brother
or was
Dunbar,
it her second time? Oh, I think it was her second time painting. Maybe that's what she meant. Oh, Gary's up there nodding.
She painted her fingernails once.
Yeah, painted the nails once.
She painted Gary's toenails once.
Painted Gary's car once.
Yeah. But there's Brother Cleet. Hello, Mark Cleet. Let's see here. Brother Dunbar, you got anything you want to add to our conversation? He's off camera here, but he may have something that we might have forgot.
While we got this downtime of we're not using anything but sanctuary, if any of the teachers want to come and do any sprucing up on the rooms or anything, we'll supply the materials if they want to do that.
Okay, so what Brother Dunbar says, while we're down and only using the sanctuary and the foyer and the bathrooms, if any of the teachers would like to come in and spruce their rooms up, if they want to paint them or anything they want to do, we'll get whatever material it is that you need to paint them or whatever it is. That we're changing the lighting back there too, so I think we have probably a little over half of the classrooms done in the hallways. So if you'd like to do that. Lisa Tilley give us the laughing face because she painted her toenails, I think, or Gary's toenails. That might be what it is. I ain't sure where Gary's car.
I don't see Gary nodding his head or shaking his head.
He's not denying it, so.
Yeah, no denial.
And he don't ever wear flip-flops, so he could, I don't know.
This is true.
Anything else, Brother Dunbar, that you'd like to add?
Just think you guys are doing a great job.
He's thanking us for doing a great job, and he is a man of great wisdom, and,
That is rough if you think we're doing a great job.
Yeah, well, the measuring stick, you're not supposed to measure yourself to somebody else, but when we're trying to measure up to that right over there, It's tough. It's tough to measure up to that. We love Brother Dunbar.
We have a couple of verses in here.
Yeah, here's some, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Amy Tomlinson says her favorite verse is Joshua 1:9. Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid. Neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest.
Jamie Foster says, but by the grace of God I am what I am, and his grace to me was not without effect. No, I worked harder than all of them, yet not I, but the grace of God that was within me. 1 Corinthians 15:10. Anybody else? Jamie Maupin. Well, I guess we've said everything we need to say. We just wanted to get you up to date keep you up to date on what was going on, and kind of enjoy some time together, just interacting to keep everybody kind of focused in this, going the same direction that we are. If you have any needs, you can put them in the comments, or you can call the church, and at 606-679-3324, leave a message, and we will help you pray about that, or we can help you in whatever it is you need. Brother Dunbar, his favorite is Micah 6 and 8.
I thought that was it 3:10?
3:10. That's I figured it was
Malachi.
Malachi 3.
Yeah, Malachi 3:10.
I figured that would be Brother Dunbar's, but it ain't. He's over there grinning real big. He's not liking this, him off camera and us on camera, because he can't defend himself. So, hello, Andy Connor.
But don't forget, guys, Sunday morning face-to-face service. We start at 10:30, but please be here at 10. And if you're helping out those who are helping to usher or whatever, try to be here at 9:30 early so we can have temperatures taken. And if you haven't been back to face-to-face service because you're afraid, come on back. We have plenty of room. We're not overcrowded. If you're staying home thinking, well, I will leave a space for somebody else, it's really okay. Come on and be with us. We seem to have plenty of room. We're running probably only half of what we probably could run. So come and be with us. It's a wonderful time. Okay.
Yeah. And if you choose to be home, there's nothing wrong with that either.
Nope, sure isn't.
It doesn't speak of your lack of faith. It's just you have to do what's best for you, and we appreciate that, and we respect that. Hello, Maddie Petrie. But we're going to sign off. Glad you guys were with us tonight, Sunday morning, 10:30. Sunday night, 6 o'clock. Brother Kevin will be speaking Sunday night. Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, Brother Dunbar will be speaking. So we hope to see you in the live service on Sunday morning. If not, we love you, and so does Jesus. God bless you.